Hey neighbor, we're in zone 9A here in Georgia. It's in the middle of March. Our potatoes have come up. It's time to get them fertilized. The question is, what do we use? Do we use conventional fertilizer or organic fertilizer? They both have their cons. They both have their pluses. We're going to make a decision today what to fertilize them with. So let's look at the pros of each one of them. First of all, we're going to look at the all-in-one Hoss. Now this is a 10-10-10 analysis right here. Now what I like about conventional or synthetic fertilizers is they're fast acting. So when we put them on the plant and we get water to activate this fertilizer, those nutrients go directly to the plant. They're not temperature sensitive. So it doesn't matter what our soil temperature is, it doesn't matter what our air temperature is, these fertilizers are going to work in any situation. Another thing is it takes less of it. This 5-pound bag right here is 10-10-10. A 10-pound bag of our organic fertilizer has less nutrients in it than this 5-pound bag does. So we use less of it, it's less bulky, and it's just probably a little bit easier to put out. And it costs less. Now, conventional fertilizers in general are going to cost less for the amount of nutrients you get in there. The bigger bags are more bulky, and they normally, organic fertilizers have a lesser analysis. So if you're looking at it from a cost standpoint, the nutrients that you're getting available to that plant, it's going to be cheaper to use a conventional or a synthetic fertilizer. Not all conventional or synthetic fertilizers are created equal. This particular one right here is kind of unique because it has all the ingredients in here in each one of these preels right here. This is very unique to have this right here. Most of the time when we see a blended fertilizer, we will see different size pellets in there or granulars in there of different minerals, and some of them separate. The smaller ones go to the bottom of the bag and you don't get uniform coverage. With this particular fertilizer right here, all the nutrients are packed into each individual pellet. So each pellet right here has the same amount of each nutrient in it. So we get a lot better even coverage. It doesn't settle out to the bag, and it makes things just a little bit easier. Sometimes with your granular fertilizers, you don't get some minor elements in it. This particular one right here has the minor elements impregnated or in each preel here. That's kind of unique. We don't always see that with organic fertilizers. So we get more of a complete package with our major nutrients and our minor nutrients with these conventional fertilizers. Now let's go over the cons of it. Sometimes with these type fertilizers, these conventional fertilizers, you are more at risk for contamination of your waterways or runoff if you apply this and a heavy rain comes and it washes it down into a waterway. We can get contamination very easily with these fertilizers here because they are more potent than our organic fertilizers. Now today, when we put this out, we're going to fold this in to counteract that. And that's one thing I always do when I put out fertilizer. I like to cover it up to keep it from being washed away. So pay attention when you're using these conventional fertilizers that you don't put them out. And the worst thing is they get on a sidewalk, on some pavement, and it comes with rain, it goes directly into our water system. We don't want that. So contamination is an issue with these conventional fertilizers. Another thing is they can be bad for your soils. These have salt or sodium in them, and we don't want to overuse these conventional fertilizers here. I equate it just like eating ice cream. I love ice cream, and if you eat ice cream in moderation, you're going to be okay. But if you eat ice cream every day, 3 meals a day, you're going to be in trouble. And the same thing with these conventional fertilizers. If you use them as intended and you practice good soil health, you're going to be okay. But if you don't and you misuse these right here, they can burn up your organic matter in your soil and deplete some of your microbes in your soil. As I mentioned, they have high salt and they are more concentrated, so our risk for burning the plants is higher using these conventional fertilizers. So we have to make sure when we put them out, we put the correct dose out there. The last thing we want to do is burn our plants. All right, folks, so here is our complete organic fertilizer. This is a hen manure that has been pasteurized and dried down so you don't get all that bad odor off of it. Now, the good thing about this particular product right here is easy on our soil microbes. Used correctly, it can actually help increase our microbes in the soil and build soil health. It's also less likely to burn because it don't have as much nutrients packed inside of it, so we can get by. If we misapply this right here, our chances of burn are way less than our conventional fertilizers. And normally speaking, our organic fertilizers have a lot lower salt index. So we don't have to worry about depleting our microbes in our soil, our organic matter in the soil. This right here doesn't have a lot of salt. So we can use this and we can feel a little bit better about the health of our soil. All right, so let's talk about the cons to this right here. It is temperature dependent. Our microbes in our soil have to react with this fertilizer here and convert it to a usable form to be taken up by the plant. So our organic fertilizers do not work as well when we got soil temperatures below 65 degrees. It just takes them longer to activate and longer to work. Normally speaking, it costs more for organic fertilizers than it does conventional fertilizers. This 5-pound bag right here has more actual nutrients in it than this 10-pound bag does. So it costs more to ship it, and it just generally costs more to apply organic fertilizers than conventional fertilizers. And most of the time they're inconsistent on their miners. They don't have the miners package that we necessarily need. Now the good part about that is sometimes it has other things in there that can help us. Some of these organic acids and everything, they actually feed the soil, which is good. But our minor packages that our plants need sometimes is lacking in our organic fertilizers. So today, the one I've decided to use on potatoes is the 10-10-10 all-in-one. And the primary reason I am choosing this one over the organic fertilizer is soil temperature. We're about 60 to 65 degrees soil temperature. I need to get fertility to these potatoes pretty quick. So I have decided to use the 10-10-10 because it is going to be quick. We are going to fold it in with a hard wheel hoe, and we put out normally about a cup every 10 feet. The rate on this right here can vary to the size of the plant you have, but on these potatoes today, I think about a cup every 10 feet is going to be sufficient. So let's get this out. So I got a 8-ounce little scoop here. It's going to take 2 of these for every 10 feet. When you're putting out granular fertilizer, especially conventional fertilizer, you don't want to put it right next to the plant because we can get some burn there. We're going to side dress, and we're going to put this all anywhere from 4 to 8 inches from the plant. And we're going to come back with a hard wheel hoe and fold this in and cover it up. All right, so when I'm healing these potatoes, I'm doing 2 things. I'm covering up some of the weeds. I'm throwing soil to my potatoes, but I'm also covering up or incorporating that fertilizer into my soil, which is a big one because I got a little bit of slope on this plot right here, and the last thing I want it to do is come a big rain and wash that fertilizer away and possibly contaminate something. So anytime I get a chance to work it into the soil, I think it's a lot better, especially with these conventional fertilizers. Now this organic fertilizer works wonderful in warm weathers. It's 9% calcium, and I particularly like this for tomatoes because we get that calcium to help with our blossom end rot. But using this organic fertilizer, there's a couple of tricks. You need warmer weather to convert this over to make it work. So if you're going to use it on your cool season crops, you want to make sure you get it incorporated into your soil probably 2 weeks before you need it. Let it kind of break down a little bit. Even with my warm season crops, I like to use it as a pre-plant and incorporate it into the soil so it's broken down, and when those plants start growing, it takes up those nutrients. It works extremely well, and I'm not downing this at all. I use both of them, but in cooler weather, I prefer to use the 10-10-10. In my warm weather, I prefer to use a lot of this right here, especially at pre-plant. Now, folks, here's the key. Don't fall to all the information out there on the internet. Understand using synthetic fertilizers and using organic fertilizers both have their place. Just understand which application works best for you, and don't be scared or afraid of either one of them. Both have their place in growing our own food.